Alright. Our artist today, AiWeiwei. It's not AiWeiwei, it's AiWeiwei. AiWeiwei. Please write that down if you haven't yet. AiWeiwei. He is an artist that is current right now. He is actually in hiding. He is in hiding from the Chinese government. And we'll talk about that here in a second. We got to kind of dissect why and what his art pieces mean so that you understand why he's in hiding. AiWeiwei, not AiWeiwei, AiWeiwei. I'm going to show you a few of his pieces here.
Why is he in hiding?
We'll get there.
So that's like actual things, it's not like drawings. It's like
Correct. These are actual sculptures.
They make sculptures out of like
No, you cannot. Sorry.
Can we climb on it?
You cannot climb on it.
Can we do this?
Can you do this? Eventually, if you get up to the senior seminar. Yes.
I can't.
This is not actually oil. This is plastic made to look like oil.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
it's a little
I love
fake.
it.
Chairs. Chairs.
That one's huge.
That's big.
No, they're mini. Yeah.
Also think about the complexity of how they had to build these.
How big is that?
Very large. If you look, here's doors.
Dang.
How big are doors?
Regular size doors.
7 foot big are doors.
Where?
Like
Black.
7 foot tall. Like you mean 5?
So this is a good, at least 2 stories high, if not more.
5. Coca-Cola.
Okay, here's what I'd like to say. And I want you to discuss this too here in a second. What we are looking at, this is a vase from the Han Dynasty, which is about, I can't remember exactly, I believe it's about 1200 BC.
Oh my god.
He took this vase. He took this vase and wrote Coca-Cola on it. There was an outrage by the Chinese people, the Chinese government. I want you to, at your table, there's a reason. Why? Think about this, too. He's from China. Why do you think he did this? Talk at your table is about 20 seconds. Why do you think
As an uprising. Being uprising. To cause an uprising.
Just to cause a stir.
You like vegetable? Do you like vegetable?
That's why you asked me. All right, bring it back. Raise your hand. What do you think? Why do you think? Raise your hand.
Ron, you always have
Yes. He likes Coca-Cola. Okay.
Maybe the Chinese don't like Coca-Cola. And the chair drinks Coca-Cola and they took it away from them, so they thought that it was going to be funny to put it on the
He
vase.
thought it would be funny to put it on a vase. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
Well, since it's such an old vase, you're thinking like Coca-Cola is kind of a modern thing, so maybe he's trying to like modernize his country. Like,
Very good. Very good.
Maybe like he got beat by some guy and he was gonna beat him over the head with a pottery, but instead he wrote Coca-Cola on it to make him think that it's not that nice.
Excellent. All right. Here's what we have to understand. Almost everything that you own, almost, not everything, such as
Name
your
brands.
cell phone, your iPad, your cover to your iPad, glasses. Where is it made?
Name brand.
China.
Oh, Coca-Cola comes from China.
China. What we have to understand is this. He's commenting on the way his country or culture has changed, or the way the government has changed. For instance, this is a very old vase. He took it. Not a lot of people are happy about that. He wrote Coca-Cola. What does Coca-Cola really stand for? Modernism. Almost this huge brand. This huge brand of just production. You know how we talked about pop art, where they were just mass producing? Coca-Cola is a mass-produced product. And China now is just mass producing things. To a point where they don't even care about their history. So he put on Coca-Cola to say, hey, we don't even care about our history anymore. All we care about is branding things and selling it. Do you guys understand that now, why he did that?
Yeah.
Yes? He was trying to make a statement. He also did this. He videotaped and took pictures. He took another vase without them really knowing. Again, thousands of years old. And all he is doing this. And he drops it, and it shatters into millions of pieces. This ancient piece of history, and he shatters it. So they were actually, the government absolutely hated him. What he was saying is, this is what the government is doing to our culture. Destroying it. And so that was the art piece. So he made a statement. He was against communism, against the way the Chinese government are running things and telling people what to do. We have the freedom to do whatever we want here. In China, not so much. The government still has control over that. Here, what you are looking at is one of his installments. What these people are actually standing on. Sunflower seeds. These aren't actually sunflower seeds, though. These are all handmade, hand-painted pieces of porcelain or clay. Every single one of these was made by hand, painted by hand. He hired a village to paint these, to mass produce these. Question for you. With these being mass produced, and then all of these visitors, this is a museum, sitting and standing on them, what do you think he's trying to say? Take about 10 seconds to think about that. I don't want anyone to shout it out. What is he trying to say about China? Raise your hand if you want to take a crack at it.
Well, like, the seed symbol, the, like, people, and then big symbol, like, walking all over there and not even caring what they do.
Excellent, excellent. The seeds symbolize the people. They're just mass-produced, such as our culture, also mass-produced. The people stand for two things. Government, which is just walking all over them. They don't care. They actually, when they started this, porcelain pieces were just being crushed. They're not that strong, so they were being crushed as people walked on them, destroyed. Also, these are mostly visitors, or Western people, which is us in North America.
Awesome.
They are actually walking over it. If you guys notice this, you guys buy things from China and you barely even know it. Do you even care where it came from? Do you even care that the person was probably working 12-hour days in a sweatshop? Do you even care that they probably have a way worse living conditions, maybe not even have a bathroom at their workplace? No, you don't care. You're just walking all over them, just like these people are. That's what he was trying to say. We're going to go to, has anyone seen this?
Yes.
No.
Anyone remember the Olympics?
Olympics is.
This is from the Olympics. The government at that point realized how big the Olympics were, so they asked him, even though they didn't like him, they asked him to design it. And at one point he finally said, no, I can't do this anymore. So the government said, oh, well, he didn't design this. In reality, he did. He designed the big stadium for the Olympics. They call it the Bird's Nest. Now, I will also say, this artist had been arrested by the Chinese government because they didn't like him. That's one thing about communism. They can arrest you for anything and hold you for as long as they want. So he was arrested, then there was a huge protest, and they finally let him free. The government didn't like him so much that he left his studio one day, and they bulldozed it down and said, oops, sorry. We didn't realize that was your studio. When he was walking anywhere, they would have a government official tracking him and videotaping him to see anything that he did. So now he is in hiding. He is in hiding. What I'd like you to write for his style, contemporary arts. Contemporary art.
Does anybody know where he is?
Correct. No one knows where he is.
I do.
Contemporary art.
You told me not to tell
What I'd like you to know about him. is the Chinese government hates him. The Chinese government hates him. The dates, 2000 to present. Chinese government hates him, 2000 to present. He is a current artist working. They actually, you guys probably don't know, you might have seen this in other classes, TED Talks. These are basically videotapes of very, very intellectual conversations with very influential people around the world, such as Bill Gates has given a couple, presidents, inventors, scientists, creative people. They did one about him. And it was one of the largest TED Talks they had ever done. And they talked about him. He couldn't show his face. Then at the very end, he called in, video called in. He was in hiding still. And everyone just gave him a standing ovation. Mainly he's fighting for the Chinese people and what their rights are. He's trying to fight for self-expression.
They're an artistic Martin Luther King.
Correct. Very, very correct. It would be an accurate association for it. I'll show you. He also likes to tease the government because they can't find him. He likes to post online selfies just to tick them off. And so we're going to go to the 20 best AiWeiwei selfies. So this is his selfies.
Looks like he's in America.
Potato man.
Double chin for the win.
Nice That's kind of ironic.
Couldn't they track him down?
He's very good right now at hiding. He's very good right now at hiding. And this is one of the reasons why he does it, just to poke at him. He's also making a comment. Chinese government really does not embrace people being creative or different. Here he is being creative and different totally. Okay.
Somebody else.
All right. So, the way we remember. The way we remember him. I'm going to show you this image. The way we remember it is if you were walking on this, you would be crushing the porcelain or the little clay pieces. So, AiWeiwei too much. AiWeiwei too much. AiWeiwei. AiWeiwei too much. So here's what you're going to do today. Here's what you're going to do.